Well, hello, farming friends, and welcome back to another edition of Farming Simulator 2015 with me, your old buddy, Mr. Moose. And today we are back on the farm here at North Brabant and continuing on with our Operation Slurry. So, as you guys remember, yesterday we tried out the Samson PG25, wasn't real happy with it, so we booted it. We had the Peterbilt 387 from the Farming Sims beta site and didn't really like it, so we booted it, which is a shame because it had some really good qualities in it. One of the things I really liked that I figured out off camera was the mirror positioning on it was almost near perfect. You could actually use them and they were functional. So I kind of hated to lose that aspect of it. I love the sound effect of the motor changing gears and everything that they had built into it. But I couldn't get over that constant tech of the diesel motor that they didn't bother to do anything about. So yeah, and then the fact that it just looked plastic and horrible, and yeah. Landy seemed to think it was like ported over from a lot of Euro truck stuff, so I don't know. It wasn't too great, so it's gone. So we got to buy some new merchandise today, and you know, a lot of people tell me just to use this guy. Just use it. Don't put this on it. Just go ahead and use it plain and do your 15 meters and then come back and cultivate the field, which is sort of what I had thought about doing, but I could get the injector and use it. The problem is of course that puts us down to a 6 meter working width. I messed around on the mod sites yesterday looking for some different options. I did come across a newer, maybe within the last week, slurry tanker. It's this guy, the KAWECO, or KAWECO, I don't know how you pronounce that, but the double twin slurry tankers. These are pretty cool. They are designed by the same gentleman or team that does did the class Xeron that did the review on last week. It's basically the Czech modders or whatever. So they did this, and they're pretty cool looking from what I've seen in the videos and stuff. I haven't actually used them. Interesting little thing though is the price on them's only $100. That's definitely needs to be adjusted if they're worth anything. They're only 8 meters of working width. They're just about 500 liters shallow of what the original is, and they're $95 a day in maintenance. I thought about going ahead and getting one today, and we'll try it out. There's two different versions of it. They're the exact same spec. The only difference is this one is made to fit on the class Xeron. Obviously, with the gooseneck here, it's made to hit that center hitch. So, but for our purposes, we get the bumper pull here. So we're going to go ahead and get it today, just to try it out, see how it works. Since we are going to do that, we're going to go ahead and jump back into the mods, and we'll pick up the drill here, the injector, and we'll get that, which means the fields that we do, we won't have to come back and cultivate. And what else did we need today? Oh, we need we're going to buy a couple more things while we're in the shop, because I want to get things while I'm on camera with you guys. We need a semi. So we'll go into the mods, and I thought, well, I could go ahead and get another American style truck, but this is a European map, so I really don't love the paint job on this one either. That brown and yellowish, it almost it's supposed to be like vanilla or manila. It's not. It's like, or a beige. It comes out like a yellow. I just don't like it. It's so 70s. But I think we'll just stick with our man agriculture truck. I really like this truck. Had a lot of fun using it. And I just purchased it in white, and I don't know why. That was a screw up. Yeah. So anyways, we'll paint it later. Let's see, what else did we need? I was gonna go ahead and go buy a front end loader to put into the BGA, because that little one's just not gonna cut it. And I think what I've decided to do is just to automate a front end loader and let it go in there and do its thing, and that way we'll be taken care of on it, and it'll pay for itself, and we'll just slowly be getting some money, plus we'll be getting the slurry, so it won't be a giant, big, huge paycheck. Then again, once we get the field work done, we can go over there and do some more stuff. So I'm going into my mods over here. I never can find the front loader stuff. The mods for the front loader didn't go into there. The easiest way to get them is to go into the JCB category. I got 2 mods for the JCB stuff that I think are pretty much essential. One is the skid steer adapter. I don't know if you guys saw this on FSUK, but basically it hooks to the skid steer and then allows you to hook the skid steer to any of the implements that you have for a front loader, and not the big front loader, but for the basically for any of your small front loading tractors. So if you've already bought like a bucket and pallet forks and all that different stuff, you've got I've got the Roberts bell for it. It allows me to attach that to the skid steer without having to go purchase additional implements for the skid steer, and it allows me to put some things on the skid steer that haven't been developed for it. And then I've got this bucket here for the front loader, and it's pretty nice. It's just a little bit larger, and it looks better on the tractor, and that's the only real reason I'm going to get it. So that's the stuff that we've got, and as you can see, all of it is over there. We'll go ahead, and I am going to cheat and send a few things to the farm. So we're going to jump in here real quick. And one thing I need to send to the farm is this stupid conveyor belt that's sitting in the lake over there. So we'll go ahead and reset that to the thing. That the Bermuda... I've been toying around with it last night. I got to thinking, maybe what I ought to do is every night park a different vehicle over in the Bermuda silage pit, and then the next day when we get on, we can play Where's the Tool At, and see where it's kicked it across the map, and see what tools it kicks the furthest. Where can we find something after it has booted it to the sky? All right, so we reset the truck to the farm. That'll just keep us from having to come over here and get stuff. Not so much worried about the front loader because I can come back and get it off camera or whenever I want and take it over there. But I just wanted to go ahead and purchase it with you guys. Again, like I said yesterday, I like to make sure y'all are involved in the purchasing and selling of equipment as much as possible. I will say that I did sell off the Pete and the Samson yesterday, and the difference in funds on the 2 of them, one was $38,000. I think that was the truck, or no, I think the slurry tanker was first. No, the slurry tanker was second. The truck was $38,000, and the difference on the slurry tanker was $48,000. So I did go ahead and give myself that money. But yeah, so as you can see, even with all the equipment we just purchased, we're down to about 900,000. So always take an opportunity to topple off our fuel. So while that's doing that, we take a look at this mod. Much better graphics on it. Obviously something that has been done for FS15 and not ported over. Double twin shaft. So we'll take this guy over to the field and we'll get him started on our next field, I think, which is 9, and we'll get going. I also have the tractors going over in field 33 plowing right now, so those guys are doing their work and moving along with that little aspect of it. So we're getting it done. Come over here to the field side container. So what we're going to do today, I'm going to do a little bit of manual work with this guy, and then we'll move everything over to the other side of the field, and we will we'll move everything over to the other side of the field, over to the big field across the way. And when we get everything set up there, I'm going to fully automate the whole thing. I'm going to have JCB go over there, do his thing, and I'll set up a route so he comes back to this thing and refuels and all that good stuff. So we'll show you how to fully automate this thing today. So this video could get a little lengthy. In the beginning, it's going to be me manually doing a field. Towards the end, it's going to be me automating a field. And then the only other purchase I want to get is like a small trailer to go behind a small tractor to go and do fruit harvesting over in our little orchard that we have, because I want to get that set up on Courseplay so I can automate it. I know, doesn't that sound ridiculous? Automating fruit. Oops, hit the wrong button there. I was trying to change my implements around. Alright, so we need to lower that unit down. And while that's happening, we'll just take one more look at this guy. Check it out a little bit. We got some pressure dials on the front here. A little access hatch there. Some hoses for loading and unloading. Good detail on that. I mean, that's the thing. The detail on this slurry tanker matches the detail on this injector. And they even fixed it so that the hose and everything mounts into it. Very nicely done. I mean, this is a proper mod where somebody has gone through and really taken the time to do it upright. And yeah, let's see if there's any special features on it that we don't know about. So I'm going to turn on the help menu, and area limitations off. Oh, we have a boom arm that I'm guessing that's to for filling purposes. Now, how do I get the boom arm to go back the other direction? There we go. Get back in your holster. The controls are kind of weird on this. Left makes it go up in the air. Right makes it go down. Up makes it go to the right. And down makes it go to the left. The controls are a little wanky on that. Is there a right control to boom out? Oh, there is a boom out. So, okay, interesting. I guess if you wanted to actually do that in real life and, you know, do your thing, it would work for you. Alright, so let's get this guy straightened up here. So our working width is going to be 6 meters on this. And we'll get some GPS set up here in a minute. But we'll go ahead and I guess we turn on with the implement, not the tanker. So let's go to the implement and lower it. Are we injecting back there? We are injecting now. So all we had to do was lower the implement to get it to go. Yeah. Alright, so the numbers are moving and we're injecting and rolling on. Yeah, again, you'll have to bear with my noobishness, because again, it's something that Slurry is something that I haven't done. So now we have some nice cultivated poo soil. And we'll just get in here and go with it. I think if I just keep the outside of my fender right on the edge there, I should be good. And then once I get headed straight here, I can engage GPS. Here we go. I'll go ahead and do that while we're working here. Now that's showing me the working width of 8 meters, but that ain't right because the piece on the back is only 6. Let's see if I can get that to auto adjust down. I can't, so we'll do it manually to 6 meters. There we go. And we should be able to just go with the flow now. Put that down, hit the W key, and off we go. Alright. Right up on the fence there. Alright, so let's go ahead and do a headland on this so that we can turn a little bit easier, since that did put us almost into the fence. So I'll get my headland cut, and then we can just start going up and down the field and getting this puppy knocked out. And then we'll have to, of course, go set up the I gotta go get the tractor and get it set up delivering the slurry, so we gotta go get that automated so that we'll have plenty of slurry coming. But let's see, I probably am not gonna need it until we move it to the next field, so I might just leave it for right now where it's at, because it's fully loaded, and then the hauling trailer is also fully loaded right now. So really doesn't make sense to be spending money in course play to go have that thing sit there next to the field side container when I'm not, you know, utilizing it. So yeah, hold off on that. So anywho's, we'll continue on with this little operation we got going here as far as spread the poo and get our field slurried in for our fertilizer. So let's talk about mods while we're going on here today. There are a couple of new mods that are out. Yesterday I got to looking around for slurry options, and in the process of doing so I found there are a couple of new mods out that I'm really intrigued by, and thought I would mention them to you in my video. It'll probably be a little bit of time before I do any kind of mod review or anything on one of them. The other one is just not going to have a mod review on it because it doesn't lend itself to a mod review. And so basically I don't sit around every single day and look at the mods that are out there. See, this has an 8 meter working width. It's going off of the tanker. Easy for me to say, right? It's going off the tanker and not the actual implement. Interesting. So let's make a small adjustment here because we're just wasting slurry if we don't adjust the working width of this. So let's go ahead and bring up the working width to 8 meters, or at least 7. And let's see, 8 meters, and we'll bring it over and let's see if that is right. Alright, so back up. Alright, so sorry about that little ADD moment. Nope, that's not right. It needs to be 6 meters or 7 meters. So we'll crank it down to 7 meters, readjust, and we should be good. It's a learning process. Learn your equipment. So 7 meters, adjust that over to there, and we should be good to go now. Alright, so back to the mod discussion. The mods in question, the first one I found is, well, it's basically, my situation is, I don't always cruise all the mod sites every single day. I think Recon does religiously go through all of the mod sites, and I don't have the time to deal with all that. I'm going to tweak this a little bit, sorry. I don't have the time to sit and go through all the mod sites every single day religiously. I'll hit, basically I hit mod hosters and FSUK every day, maybe LS15 mods. I'll hit it just to see what's out there. But as far as just religiously going through things every single day, I just don't do it because there's too many mod sites out there. And some of the, you know, some of your better mods come from some of these obscure ones, or not necessarily obscure. See, this just is not working right. I guess 6 meters really is about where it is, or 6.5 meters, because I'm still trying to get rid of that little bit that's sitting there. I know, I gotta be perfect, sorry. But anyways, there's some, you know, certain mod sites tend to have some of the better mods, but they're hit or miss. They don't always have new mods every single day. So I tend to only check them like once a week or once every 2 weeks. And then I'll come back, and I'm still like, it's weird. It's got a big overhang on this side, but a little overhang on this side. So maybe it'll all wash out in the turn here. So yeah, typically I hit the sites that update daily. I'll hit them every day, and you know, 3-4 different mod sites I go off of, and then I'll hit some of these other mod sites like once a week or so. Maru is one of those websites. So yesterday when I was looking for a slurry spreader, I happened to go on the maru.net site, and there are 2 new mods on there that are of interest. The first is a script that you can run in the background, and I'm very intrigued by, because I do so much stuff with the EPK. It allows you to increase the number of fruits you have on your farm from 64 to 128 just by running the script in the background. So that's one that I may have to get and try out a little bit, because like this one, if I try and have the lettuce greenhouse and the third installment of the Rosenthaler package in, it crashes this map, or actually it kicks out something, and in my case it kicked out my pigs and beef, so it kicked the swine mod out. So a very interesting script there. I don't know how stable it is, how good it is, but it's something that I will be getting here in the next few days and taking a look at, and let you guys know about that. The other thing was, right under it on the screen was something that, it's more of a cute little thing, and it's anything, but they have a potato washer out now, which basically it looks like a big trundle that you load the potatoes on one side of it, and then they go through it. You have to have a water source, so you have to bring over a water tanker and supply it with water, and then basically it just spins them around. And from what I was reading, it adds a category of washed potatoes into the game. Now, I don't know if it increases the value of the potato being washed or not, but it's just one more of those things, like to clean them up and get them ready. I don't know. I have to be honest with you. I don't know how many farmers in real life have potato washers on premises. As I told you before. Oh, I'm out of slurry. Note to self. Got to stop back there and get that. As I've told you before, my uncle is big in the potato business and has a nice size operation here. And they don't wash their potatoes. They go through the processor and everything, and when they come out, then they are sold to a distributor. The distributor handles the actual washing or cleansing of the potatoes. When they deliver them, they just deliver the potato. There's no, ooh, you gotta fold that implement up before you come over here. Ew, that's not good. I don't know, maybe you don't have to. Maybe if we used the boom arm the way it's supposed to be used, we wouldn't have that issue. Let's pull around here and see what the reach on that boom arm is. So we're gonna go, I gotta go into the implement, boom around, come down, boom out. What is down again? That's down, right? So with that out, looks like we could come, yeah, that's reaching. So yeah, that would be there. And do we refill from here? Oh, I don't see us refilling. Yeah, I'm not getting a refill there. R. Change that. R. Nope. So you got to get close to it. The boom is just for looks. Let's see. Unfold cultivator. Yeah, okay, so the boom is just cosmetic. It doesn't do really anything to enhance your playability. Hold slurry tanker. Whoa! It's got extra wide wheels on it. I didn't realize that. Unfold slurry tanker. Oh, that can't be right. That folds it out. That unfolds it. Huh. Alright, so the boom thing, not a function. Or not a useful function, we'll say. I can't get over these controls. They're so crazy and not what you would think they would be. Alright, so we've got to get it closer to the field side container to actually use that. So you would actually have to fold up your implement. There we go. Now we're getting some juju. While that's happening, we're going to come over to the farm, get this guy started up. And run over here and pick up our container, our trailer. And I need to turn everything off because I told you I was going to get rid of that script and I got sidetracked. Alright, turn the help menu off on that. Run over the fuel tank. Alright, and we'll run this over to the field. And go ahead and overload into the thing. And I guess we could let it go run one run over to the facilities there. Alright, that's going to do that. And unload. Did I get too far back? Why and then oh, I got to overload. Man, I'm just My brain's not there today, kids. Alright, BGA Slurry to field 8. That's the one we want. Got that loaded. Need to jump into manure transport mode. And as soon as this guy is dumped out, we can go and send that on its way. And the other one is fully loaded, so we'll, yeah. And the tractors are done, so we can go get them unstarted. I did it again. I let these guys run and didn't show you guys how they path. So sorry. Let's go ahead and get them set up in the next field real quick. And we'll just pull them right over here and start. I want them to run north-south, so I mean east-west, so let's take them down here to start. Pop, 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 pop. And this guy is my inside, so he starts first anyways. Clear that path, come over here. We are in field, this is field 35, right? Yeah, field 35, user defined. This is the one that we combined. And we're going to be starting in the southeast corner, headed to the west. Is that what I want to do? No, I want to head north-south, don't I? I'm not using my brain here, kids. So let's just bring it over here then. These first few runs will be kind of short. Once it gets cut in. So yeah. So let's go with northeast. Headed south. 2 headlands on that. Rotate my implement to get it in the proper position. Turn around here. And go ahead and generate course on that. Gonna start right here. And let's get the other one over here and get it set up. And rotate that. Well, not sit it in the field, rotate it. Ding-a-ling. And let's generate the course on it now. So again, we're in field 35, user defined. And we're starting northeast, we're going south. There we go. So we'll start the inside guy first, and then we'll do the outside guy. So let's get in here and come to here. Drive course, and then getting this guy. Come on over here. Drop our plow. Turn on around here. And get him started. And those guys will do their thing. And in just a little bit we'll... Whoa, what are they doing? Oh, I guess Courseplay didn't pick up the edge of this course too good. It's got the perimeter in too close. I'll have to rescan that field later. I can come back and plow the perimeter one time. It won't be that big of a deal. So, let's move back to our slurry situation here. And we want to automate this guy, so send him on his way. And he'll do his thing, and then those guys are doing their thing, and this guy and I are going to spread some manure. So go ahead and get our implement unfolded. And I guess for purposes of demonstration, we can pull the wheels out on this thing. And then get over here to where we stopped. We were headed this direction. So we need to come back up here in the field, pick back up where we left off. Wherever the dirt looks dirty. There we go. Oh, hit the wrong button again. Yeah, so playing on a gamepad, I sometimes forget that the select button is the button that changes my implements over, and I go to hit the D-pad, and yeah, so a lot of times I do that. So if you wonder why I switch vehicles all of a sudden like that, that's what I'm doing. I'm going to change the implement over, and instead of changing the implement over, I accidentally hit the D-pad and end up cycling through another vehicle. So that's what I'm doing, because I'm dumb that way. Alright, so Slurry continues. We were talking about mods, and we were talking about potato washers. So I will probably pick up the potato washer and do a mod review on it, just because it is kind of cool. It's not something I would normally see at a farm, though. On your farm level, unless you're like a major farmer and doing major potatoes, I don't see where you would have a potato washer on site, because again, most of your potato farmers, they're supplying a distributor or a corporation, and they're handling most of the potato washing themselves, because in the process of digging your potatoes up and then running them through your harvester and all the tumbling that they do around, most of the dirt and stuff is knocked off of them anyways. So you're left with a, dirty little potato, but I don't know that many of them actually sit and wash their potatoes after they harvest them. So I've never seen a potato washer on my uncle's farm, I'll tell you that much. He harvests all of his stuff and gets it onto the farm, and then the distributor sends a truck to pick up all of their stuff. And so they just basically they tell when the harvest schedule is, and when that starts, the distributor has a truck that hits several farms at once. It comes in, and basically they pay a contractor to come in, pick up all the potatoes, take them to the distribution site, or to the processor, who then washes them and grades them and all that stuff. My uncle's job is to grow the potatoes and then sell those to the highest bidder, and then the highest bidder is the person that takes them and actually grades the potatoes, processes them. Are these potatoes going for full distribution, or are they going to be surfaced to a third party to be made into French fries and tater tots and mashed potato flakes and all that other stuff, or are they just going to be cleaned, packaged as grade A and sent to the wholesaler for grocery? So unless you're like a farmer who has a specific contract with somebody, but even then, they're not going to be the guys washing the potatoes unless it's in their contract with their retailer. So let's say you are a potato grower specifically for McDonald's, for their French fries and hash browns and stuff like that. If your contract specifies that you have to deliver them clean, food grade potatoes ready for processing, then you're going to wash your potatoes. But if your contract doesn't require that, which it probably wouldn't, because if you're in a manufacturing operation like doing food, and you got all the FDA regulations, their facility is going to wash and clean and make sure that your potatoes don't have eyes in them and things like that. So, but it's a cool mod, and that's all that matters. Is it something that you would normally see on a farm? Probably not, but it's a cool mod. Now in Europe, that might be a whole other story, and I'm probably going to get a whole bunch of emails from people going, over here in Europe, all the farmers wash their potatoes. But that's Europe, and this is the States, and I'm talking about things that I actually have experienced in life. You know, because like the egg situation here is completely different than it is in Europe. My understanding for eggs in Europe is it's illegal to wash an egg in Europe, whereas in the United States the FDA requires that all the eggs be washed. Whereas in Europe it's a no-no. We treat our eggs completely different here than Europeans do. We are so health conscious, we actually do things to our eggs which is unhealthy. Europeans don't refrigerate their eggs, but then again, typically they're consumed pretty quick. But Europeans don't refrigerate eggs. They don't brush the dirt off of them. They don't wash the eggs. Because, I mean, technically an egg is a porous container. The shell is. And when you wash it, you wash the oils and things of that nature off of the egg, which actually seal the shell. And by washing the egg and washing those protective oils off of it, you're actually giving an opportunity for bacteria to leach through the shell and get into the egg. So by not washing the egg, Europeans believe that it's better and a healthier product. So interesting little tidbit that I learned at one point. Now, is that absolutely 100% true? It's what I've been told. And that is my understanding that is the way things are there. Okay. Why is he in traffic with a Dude Spar? Oh, he's not. The Dude Spars are in traffic. What's going on with these two? Alright, stop driver. Backup driver. Drive course. Oh, this is not going to work. I have no idea where this guy's supposed to be. Oh, this is a bummer. So this guy is supposed to make the turn here and be out here, I would think. So let's rotate this guy and get over here and say drive course and see if that works. Something's not right. Who are you? Which tractor are you? You're my inside tractor. Why are you... I'm confused here. Did I do that wrong? I did do that wrong, didn't I? No? Looks that's right. It's got to be a course play issue just because of the way course play laid out the course. It looks like they're working right though. So, alright, so now y'all can see what's going on. The lead tractor up ahead of me is really not the lead tractor, but I guess it is. Now, the tractor up ahead is cutting his rows, and then this guy is doing the offset. And the reason that you have the offset, and it doesn't really work for this one, but again, you can't be going around the outside of the edge every time, or you would leave space in the center. So the reason for the offset changing the side of the line that you're on is to make sure that you get the each path done. It works better on this tractor because, as you can see, he's on a left offset right now, meaning he's left of this line. Ooh, beef. We just sold beef. So his offset right now, he's 4.8 meters to the left. He's on the left-hand side of this line going up. Now, when he made the turn, if he came and got on the left side of this line, he would basically just plow right up the stuff that he just plowed. So to make the offsets work, it's going to flip him now to the right side of the line, which is going to put him 4.8 meters off to the right of it. There's the reason they ran into each other, is because it did that turn, that funky turn like that. So now it moves him 4.8 meters to the right hand side of the road line. So now he's plowing that, and these guys are going to, they've gotten reversed somehow in the fact when they had that collision, and I let this guy go, I've got them backwards, so they're going to run into each other in a minute when they make their turns. So I'm going to have issues with them. But yeah, so he'll flip back to the opposite side of that line. When he makes the turn, he'll end up being on the left-hand side of the next line. I think they'll be okay. They should be fine. They should stay separated, unless they do something stupid. So I hope that makes sense to you why I'm using the offset and the symmetric lane change. If I didn't use the symmetric lane change, he would turn around and basically plow right back up what he just did. And so you have to have that little bit of a symmetric lane change in order to make that work right. So they're going to be okay. I think that other guy's now a lane behind. Alright, so we can get back to doing Slurry here. And good thing that the slurry head on this, on the injector, only runs when you're moving the tractor, because I would have just put a ton of slurry right into that little field there. Because I actually left the pump running. Nice to know. What were we talking about? Oh, we talked about eggs. I know you're all like, how did we get on an egg conversation? We were talking about a potato washer, not an egg washer. Oh yeah, we were talking about difference in Europe and English regulations. So yeah, if y'all do potato washing in Europe, don't beat me up. Just send me a simple note that says, "Hey Moose, they actually do potato washing here. All farmers are required to do it. Because here, not. Here they've probably had some stupid study that says if the farmer washes the potato at the time of harvest, that increases the chance of bacteria or E. coli to get into the actual potato. So therefore, it is highly advised for the farmer not to wash the potato, that it be washed and dried at the processing plant prior to packaging. Therefore, it will optimize the safe handling of the actual product. It's so funny the way things are these days. Alright, so this field is manurized, and it's actually cultivated and ready for planting. I kind of do like that little 6-meter head on there. Even though it's small, it gets it done. So that's kind of cool. Alright, so we are going to park this guy right here and drop off the... not the implement. We're going to drop off the trailer. So let me make sure I release the right thing. We're going to go grab the fuel side container, take the man truck, and we're going to have to do a little courseplay work here. So you guys are going to have to bear with me. This is part 2 of the Slurry experience, and this is going to be a long video because I planned on doing all of this today. So I don't think it's a very entertaining video just to watch me drive a tractor and do slurry. I think doing two things and automating a little bit will make it at least a little bit more entertaining. So yeah, so let's drop our weight on the ground for no apparent reason. Pull forward. We'll grab our container here, and we'll take it, and we'll find a nice little spot over here to drop it off so that we can do our overloading. So the steps that are going to be involved in automating the manure transporting and slurry on this, there's 3 courses that you have to generate. You've got to have the course, of course, for the semi to bring the said slurry over to the field to be loaded and unloaded. So that's step 1, and we're just going to put this right here. I think that's a good place for it. That way the truck can come and unload on one side of it, and then the trailer can come and get its slurry off the other side. Alright, so we're going to drop that there. So the courses we got to have one for the man truck to actually go get the slurry and come get it. Then we've got to have a course for this guy to actually go and unload or get the tanker refilled. And then we'll generate a course for the field for the actual doing the slurry. So 3 little things we got to do stepwise to take care of this. We'll start with just refilling the slurry tanker. So we'll pull that in. We'll switch over to this, and we'll go over here and record a really simple little path to fill up the slurry tanker. And so all I'm going to do is I'm just going to have this guy come over here, have him approach the tanker. Let's say right here we'll start, and we will just go ahead and start a new course recording. We'll come in, find our field edge here, line up, pull up to the tanker, stop, and then we'll go on. I think that's right. And then we can just pull right here, stop the recording, and we can save. It should pick the trigger up. I shouldn't have to put a waypoint because we're not overloading, we're just loading. Again, I haven't done this one, so I'm going to assume that's the right way to do this. Because we're doing field work, and when you refill on a field work, it normally picks up the trigger point of whatever you pull up next to. So let's just go ahead and save this. This is going to be field 49 and no, field 48, 49. Did I actually save all this? We'll figure this out in a second. Save. And this is going to be refill slurry fill 4849, which is a combo. But anyways, all right, so we save that. The next thing we need to do is I'm going to clear that course out so I don't have it. We're going to calculate the field path edge, because again, I did combine these two fields into one. So I need to make sure that I have that stored. So field edge number, we're going to make this 48. Overwrite. And then we will go to generate course. We are in field work mode, so we need to go to field work. Is it field work, or would this be considered fertilizing? Huh, very interesting. Yes, yes, yes. Would this be seed and fertilizing, or is this field work? I believe this is field work. It may have to be fertilizing and seeding, because that would do the whole trigger for the thing. Y'all bear with me. I know a lot about course play. I don't know everything. All right, so our working width we decided is 6.5 meters. Starting corner, let's have it start down here. And that is going to be the southwest corner. And we're going to be headed to the east. We're going to do one headland should be plenty. There are some trees over there for this moron to hang on, so let's do 2 headlands. Generate course. Alright, so we have our currently loaded course. And then for the refill stage on this, we're going to add in the second part of this, which is the refill slurry. We'll add that onto there, and we should be good to go. So if I go ahead and take this guy over here and get it started, and I'm not going to refill on purpose. I'm going to start at with only 1729 in here, and that way we'll run out pretty quick, and we'll know if I set this up right. If I set it up wrong, it doesn't make sense for me to go ahead and put a full tank of slurry in here and then go do my thing, and then only find out, 20 minutes from now that it was wrong. So we'll go ahead and get around here, and we'll start this drive course. So far, it gets it. It didn't tell me I've got the wrong implement attached to do this. So let's run with it, and we'll see what happens. So when it gets down to 0, it should pack up the implement, head over and acquire the refill course. It'll make a note of where it was in the field when it's ran out. It'll run over there. It will pick up the refill course, drive over, hit the trigger point, refill, and then come back into the field. So there we go. Make sure we got this to refill to 100%, and it drives right through the, oh look, it went right perfectly underneath it. Alright, so now it's headed over to our refill course, and if I set all this upright, which I hope I don't need a waypoint in there, it should hit the trigger for the field side container, fill up with more slurry, and then it should head back out and pick up where it left off. And if all that works right, we'll go get the man truck, bring it over here, we'll record the refill path for it, and this should be good to go. Alright, pulls up next to it. Yahtzee! Alright, so it's loading up, and as you see down the bottom, it's loading 5,000 of 1,800. So that will do its thing, and it will go back into the course now as soon as it's refilled, and it will resume exactly where it left off. So that's the same process you would use for seeding a field or fertilizing a field with automation. I don't know if you guys have ever done any of that, but if you use Courseplay for seeding, fertilizing, any of those little steps, you basically record two paths. You record the route that you're going to use in the field, and then you record your path that you're going to use to reseed, to refill your seeder. So basically you need a path that leaves the field, goes to wherever your seed supply is, you drive by it, you hit the trigger point, and then you drive back to the field. You record that course, and then you record your field course, you add the refill course to the end of it, and then you come over to the settings for your fieldwork mode, which it says settings combine mode, but we're obviously doing fertilizing work. You have to come down here and make sure that you set this drive at 90% and the refill until 100%. This will tell it that if you're done with the line and you're at 90%, you need to go refill, or you refill when you run out. And then it will say when you get it to go refill, you can say, well, only fill at 50% or only fill it, fill 100% up. So again, you see it came back to where it left off, and it unpacked everything, and it's continuing on its way. So that worked out really good for us. Alright, so we'll go ahead and take this guy, and I can drop him off of the course that he's on, because we obviously don't need that anymore. Something I probably should have done, and I just thought about it, is I probably should have made some positioning courses for these field side containers. What do I mean by that? Any of these situations where you have to set something in the field and then record courses to match up with it, you need to do some sort of like positioning course, or you can rely off of, in this case, this guy, because when we set this course up and we put a waypoint right here, you can always just pull this guy up first, show his waypoint, and have him stop at it, and then you can position the field side container where it needs to be. But in a situation like this where you've got the field side container needs to be in between the two waypoints, sometimes it's good to just record a course. For example, if I wanted to set this tanker right where it's at, I could just record a simple little course on Courseplay that starts back here, to give it time to straighten up and everything. I could record from here and then just record a course that comes up to here and then stops right at this spot, stop the course, and then record that as field side container positioning. And I could record that, and then when I needed to do it, I could just come into transfer mode, and I could have it drive to the stopping point, drop the trailer, and then I know it's always going to be positioned in the exact same spot. So that's something for you guys to think about when you guys are doing your field side containers. You might want to do that. So it's just something to think about, like I said. Alright, so these guys are done with what they're doing, and I need to shut them down so they're not running constantly. And I need to stop the course on this one and shut him down. And I'll come back and finish up this edge. I guess I don't have the perimeter as well defined as I thought I did. So, and this guy is doing his thing. So let's go ahead and record the route on this guy real quick. And this will be the last part of this video, which is getting rather long. I do apologize. I know most of my videos lately have been about an hour long, and it's just something I'm kind of messing around with. This week has been an experiment with long videos to see if you guys like them and how much you watch them. If they're too long and people aren't watching them, then it's one of those things. But if you guys are continuing to watch them and enjoy the longer format, then I might do it continuously. It does take me a lot longer to get the videos uploaded, and that's the only bummer about them. My internet connection is so poor that it takes me a good part of an hour long video will take me anywhere between 8 and 9 hours to get it uploaded. That's how pathetic my internet is. But that's going to change soon. I am actually had meetings with the cable company and everything about getting the cable moved over here. It turned out I'm in a contract with my DSL provider that doesn't run out for another couple of months. So I'm still considering just going ahead and biting the bullet and doing it, simply because I'm tired of these long nights of, basically I have to make sure I start my video around midnight to get it to go, and I don't like that. So anyways, alright, so this guy is full apparently. I don't know how we managed to get that full. I guess I hit the load button again instead of the overload button. But we're going to set this guy up right here as our starting point, as we did before. We'll just pull forward and make our turn, and we'll record our course back to the field side container and get that dumping. It will be good to go. You know, and honestly, some of this might be a waste. It would be the one thing I can do is where the field side container actually is. I can do 3 or 4 different fields from that location, so it's not going to be as big of a deal for the automation side of it. Sometimes, you know, if you're only got a small field, it doesn't make sense to do what I'm doing. You can pull a couple of tankers over there and get it done, and you don't have to have this guy running automated back and forth shuttling. But the way I plan to do this, you know, I'll be using that field side container where it's located right now, not only for field 4849, but I'll use it for field 45 over here on the left. I'll use it for field 5, field 7. Well, I'll use it for field 5 and field 45 for sure. I could go purchase another field around here and have that location used for that as well. In the future, I could use that location for the small little field that we just did as well. So it will work out for us in the end of where it's located. Alright, so we'll pull this guy over here, get it set for where its overload position would be, which is right here. We'll set our weight point. We'll go ahead and have it overload, so we have plenty of slurry in here for the tractor, who is doing a fabulous job right now. Interesting. I'm pretty sure I set that up to run the other direction, and yet it's coming up and down. Didn't we start on that back corner going across? So why would it be doing its up and down leg this direction? Bizarre. Because it's cut its headland and now it's doing like paths up and down. Can't really worry about it. Need to go ahead and spin around here, get back onto the road, and we will head back to the BGA, and we'll finish recording this little loop here. That's got me baffled though, as why that would have done that. I must have recorded something wrong in my little course generator. Alright, so we'll come down here, take our little bypass around to get over to the other side road. Man, if this was mine, I'd have to pave this little road because it gets way too much use. You keep hauling little truckloads of this stuff over it, there'll be ruts in it. mud holes. So, all right, so heading out back to the BGA. We'll get this guy set up. So our next video, I don't know what it's gonna be yet. Hadn't decided. I'm recording this on what is today? Thursday? Friday? I think today's Friday. I don't know. All the days run together. I'm recording this on Friday for Saturday, which now it doesn't bother me that it's gotten so long because more people have more time on the weekends to watch. Yeah, our next video will probably, gosh, I don't know. I hadn't even thought. Probably be on here, probably be on this map. I'm enjoying playing this map, adding in the plowing, adding in the slurry to it. It's made it a little bit more fun because it's not the same thing over and over and over again. So I'm kind of enjoying it. Don't know about you guys, but I'm sort of enjoying it. I've got to harvest fruit, so next video we'll probably harvest fruit. We'll finish up some of this stuff and continue to do slurry. We'll get the front end loader over here and get some BGA going because we are starting to whittle into our slurry. We're down to 78%, so I do need to go ahead and get some processing done over here. So I'll get that started and we'll get it going and all that other stuff, and we'll get that in the next video. So let's jump over to that guy and see. I'm just curious as to why this thing is going this direction, because we started down here, right? So we started down here and we did this course all the way around, but I guess I told it to go in a different path. Oh, that's not going to be good because it's going to slam into the field side container. Oh, shnikes. That's not good. What did I tell it? Oh, see, I said southwest corner, and instead of telling it to go north, I told it to go east. I messed up. That's all there is to it. Alright, well, we deal with it. My bad. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. We'll wrap it up here. It's getting quite long. We'll have another video tomorrow. If you like the video, make sure you give me a thumbs up. I do appreciate it. It helps me out tremendously. And then, of course, if you're new to watching my videos and you're enjoying them, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I do a new video each and every day. And I just figured out that I need to shallow up the width on this because I'm leaving too much of an edge there. So, but anyways, hope you guys enjoyed it. And make sure you come on back and watch the videos tomorrow. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. And I do a new video each and every day. Until tomorrow, stay safe, have a great day, and I'll see you then. Bye-bye.